Welcome back. So if you saw the last video regarding the RS, I took delivery of this a couple of weeks before I made that video, well, before I posted that video. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to introduce you to what we've got going on with the RS. So real quick, this is a 2016 Ford Focus RS with the RS2 package, which basically means it's got every single option that you could possibly have gotten at the time that these were on sale from 2016 to 2018. This is the Mark III version, which was worldwide, that we got for the States, the UK, wherever Fords were sold. The first Mark 1s, Mark 2s were the 2.5 liter inline 5 Volvo motors, which were only sold in the UK and were only front wheel drive. This one obviously being all-wheel drive with a front-wheel drive bias. So boring stuff out the way. Immediately you notice the upgraded intake system by Mishimoto. That is pre-installed to one of the previous two owners. There is also, from what I see, an upgraded front mount intercooler, which also looks to be Mishimoto, which from what I can tell from the stock to aftermarket increases the size about 1.5 inches. So you got about a 2.5 inch front mount intercooler OEM. This looks to be about a 4-inch front mount intercooler aftermarket. Also, you can't really tell right now from here, but what I'll do is I'll move you over. So the stance is much lower. Usually you would have about a 3-finger gap. Right now you got about maybe 2.25, or maybe like a finger and 3/4 inch of a gap. It does have aftermarket lowering springs on there. I cannot be 100% sure which ones, but I do believe they are the Mountoon lowering springs that have been put on this car, as well as for the rear, which is pretty much what gives it away a lot more. But it definitely has a nice combination of stance, grip, and appearance to it. One thing that I did notice also, that it's going to be kind of hard to show you guys right now, but I do have plans to go visit a buddy of mine to get it up in the air. You might know him. I'll drop a link up here. It does have a aftermarket wastegate actuator. I believe it is the Turbonetics. It's the only one that I've seen available on the market for this car, from what I've seen. That one activates at about 12 pounds of boost versus the OEM 5 pounds of boost. Right off the bat, I know probably one of the main concerns is, what about the head gasket issue? How do you know if you have the right head gasket? Well, I've already done my research. I've already looked into that. Not only does this fall outside of the time parameters for when they were having the wrong head gaskets placed in these cars, but I also was able to double check, and I'll show you exactly where to go. Right now the engine is hot because I was driving, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna off, okay, and then right under there, so there's an opening where you are going to reach your hand underneath and the lip of the cylinder head, and there is, so right up in here, back there is a lip where you'll feel a metal edge. That metal edge at the bottom, there should be a little rivet, a little metal rivet ring that is on the outer lip of the head gasket. If you have that little rivet, then you are good to go. You're in good shape. You have the correct head gasket on and in place. As far as performance modifications, I am missing one thing. This also has, from what I can tell, a Roush Rally exhaust, which is a full catback 3-inch exhaust with 4.5 inch exit tips, I believe, and it still utilizes the OEM exhaust valve, which manages flow, sound, at different speeds and throttle positions. So needless to say, this car has come pretty stacked. I really don't have to do anything to it at the moment. I am gonna try and enjoy it, you know, as is without making any kind of performance modifications. I probably am gonna wind up tinting the, not tinting, but doing an overlay on the fog lights. I really like the way the yellow looks, so I already have those ready to go. Those are gonna be going on soon. One thing that I did have that I did not expect at all, let me show you. All right, so you are seeing that correct. Along with the car, in the trunk, as I was putting the floor mats in and checking underneath the trap to see what the spare wheel and the whole cargo area looked like, I was pleasantly surprised with a V3 cob access port with 5 preloaded tunes. I have 2 of which are for 91, stage 1 and stage 2, and then the other 2 are for 93 octane, stage 1 plus and stage 2 plus an economy mode. So at first I wasn't sure whether or not it had been used, because it still has all the factory plastics on it, it still has all the screen protecting on it, but I think plans were definitely made to use this car. But from the Carfax that I was able to pull up and find, the car was repoed. So I believe my man's or lady, whoever previously owned it, got a little bit excited and kind of forgot to pay their car note for a couple of months. So yeah. So I did get it washed today. It may not completely look like it because, you know, I took it for an alignment and it rained while I was waiting for the work to be done. But I'm going to be installing the cob access port and dropping the tune in it within the next couple of days. I will record and post that. Keep an eye out for that. But I am super excited to have this car in the stable. I love the ride right now. It's super responsive. It handles like a dream. Very twitchy steering, which me personally I enjoy, especially for roads that are really heavy on the corners and the turns and the hills. This is legitimate a driver's car. All right, if you enjoy shifting through the gears, keeping it in the power band, this is a great car to have. It's not going to be a daily per se. You know, the family's got some other cars out that I can drive in between while I try and keep the miles down on this. But I will be enjoying it. I will be taking it to a car event at the end of September, which in York, PA, which is going to be the Subaru Boxer Fest. So get ready to make some people mad. But whatever, I don't care. So I'm glad you guys could join me, starting a new journey with a new car. And like I mentioned before, keep an eye out for Joe. He's got some stuff coming up. Okay? And as always, Wrench Daily.